I've spent the last half a decade mastering this craft. This allowed me to sell hundreds of millions worth of property. It allowed me to build a good life for myself and my family and become financially free, and also gives me the opportunity to visit and sell properties such as this one. Now I'm ready to share that knowledge with you. If you don't know already, my name is Alex Moisey.
And my name is Zara Hilton.
And we are the founders of Crest Estates.
With over a decade of experience between ourselves, we have sold over £300 million worth of property, not only across the UK, but also across Europe.
We have 20 agents across the UK, and we have rapidly expanded in the last 2 years across 3 different countries. Right, you guys now know who we are, and I think it's very important to understand why we are here and what we are trying to do. So Zara, do you want to tell them?
You're here to learn how to build a brokerage from scratch.
Spot on. So
Straightforward.
look, we are going to share all our secrets from scratch, exactly what we did step by step through our own story, through our challenges, through our successes, to help you build a brokerage so you can earn more money.
Yeah, have a lot more freedom.
Flexibility, spend more time on your hobbies, with your family, whatever you're into. So let's get into it. And this is exactly what we're here. And we're going to share the exact model, how to do it for free, right from the start. The first thing that you do need is a name, all right? Every brokerage needs a name. Personally, I'll stay away from your full name, okay? Because I'm so bored of that. And if you're going to build a brokerage, especially self-employed brokerage, all your agents are going to require their own personal brand. And the last thing you want to do is work for fucking, I don't know, Tom Dick real estate, you know, that's not what you want. So try and find a name that means something, that resonates, you know. I think for us, when we chose Crest,
it literally was on a
van. You drove past. It was
like,
on a van. It said Crest.
Yeah.
And we were like, that was it. We knew. And that was the start of Crest Estates, funny enough. Then came the logo, of course. Okay, so I guess this is bringing your brand to life, okay? It needs an identity, right? And then the logo came together, and we took a bit of inspiration. I don't want to get sued for this, but we took a bit of inspiration from Rolex. We like the classy look, you know, but completely different, nothing to do with Rolex. We just took a bit of inspiration from there, a brand that I really like. Okay, so we now got the logo, we now got the name, we got what it meant. For us, Crest meant strength through unity.
Yeah, okay? And that, you know, it's funny. It's like those 3 like super simple things. That is the foundation.
The colors are very important. Okay,
brand
again.
Identity.
So whilst these seem like minuscule matters in a business, they are important for you anyways. Okay.
I just want to jump in here. They're super important, okay? But it doesn't mean that you need to go pay a company 30k to have your branding logo done.
Yep.
You can't launch for the next 6 months because you're waiting for your brand identity. It's like, they're important, but they're not everything. Sometimes it's just better to start, okay? Like, make a decision, choose a name, you know, put a little logo, Canva. Like,
very important,
now,
spot on. Because we were going to pay thousands of pounds for a branding company, thousands, because this is what we thought from other stupid information and YouTube videos that are advising you to invest, and that's fine, all right? But I think it's very important. These are important, but it's not more important than what you are able to do. And we'll go into that in a minute. But what I'm saying is, I think for our logo, we paid £100. Everything else we did ourselves. Very important. Get the domains straight away. Get the domains .co.uk. Okay, so if your business is bonsai.com, you get bonsai.com, bonsai.co.uk. You go on GoDaddy, okay, and you get all the domains. Make sure you buy them so no one else gets them. in the .co.uk, .net, .com, whatever, buy them all.
And also, this is something that's coming to me. I think when we first looked for, I don't know if it's not obviously the domain that we're using now, but it was something to do with our brand. And I was like, oh, Alex, I found it. And you, again, had to pay like 16K for it or something. It's like, okay, cool. You know what? Maybe that's not the one. Shift on to something else. Okay. Like, there is always another way. And when you get into business and when you start business, it's a talent. It's like, cool, you know what? Maybe that's not right. Let's see the other way now. So just keep it going. Just start.
So once you've got the branding, you've got the name, okay? Now we need to look at what does the legals are very important, okay? So we're gonna go into that, which is not the parts that I enjoy, okay? But there are the parts that are detrimental to your business and they're very important, okay? So after that, is that what we went into? Was it the legals?
It was just, you know what, I think, yeah, we had everything ready to go. Social media.
So actually, yeah, because it was all simultaneous. Okay, so social media. So whilst we're still talking about branding, social media was very important. Okay, do you wanna write something quickly just so we can show them? Right, come with me. Come with me. Brand identity. But what obviously with a brokerage, what's your biggest challenges? It's competition. No one knows who the fuck you are. No one. Okay, you're gonna have to compete with old agencies that have been in the business for a very long time. You're gonna have to compete on fees. Positioning, market share, and so on. The one thing that can make you stand out more than anyone else is a strong personal brand. The prime example for that, because I haven't done it once, I've done it twice, which proves that the first time wasn't luck. Okay? Social media. You're going to need your own personal social media for your personal brand. In case your brokerage goes to shit, then at least you can rely on your personal brand. People know that you're still a good agent. And then you're going to need social media for your brand. Okay? Now, for your personal brand, the content is going to be different to your...
Yeah, so I just want to jump in here really quickly. Okay, social media, it is your shop front. Most people, they get a business idea and they think first thing, okay, I need a website. I need to go, pay for a website. We literally did not have a website, I'd say, for the first 6 months of our business. Like 6 months of our business.
We did have a landing page. We did have a landing page, which again, we paid £100. We actually got roasted by a very wealthy client saying that his granddaughter can do that. And we did lose a client in the process, which is what it is.
We got 10 more.
But when you first start, focus on making money, not fucking spending it. Okay? This is where everyone goes wrong. You focus too much on making pointless investments, but there's no money coming in. Where's the fucking money? Well, how's money coming in? Where's your clients? Focus on getting clients. Make sure that, you know what, you've got a client base. You've got money coming in, maybe in 3 months. Then you can start looking at investing and growing your brand. Okay, so spot on. Website. Get yourself a landing page. Put under fucking construction. Your new brokerage. No one cares. Focus on social media.
That is your website.
How do you grow social media? I've just told you, right? So if you post on Instagram, right, you made a post. I would say for your personal brand is 90% reality TV, right? What your life is like. Okay? You'll be surprised the kind of shit people watch. You will be absolutely baffled. The more random it is, the more they watch it. Then the other 10%, focus on sales. Have a look at my social media. Alex, what is it? Alex Moisi. I don't even know. Look for my name and it'll come up. Alexandru Moisi. Anyways, your Instagram. If you make one piece of content, you post it on Instagram, you can share it to Facebook and Threads. Okay, that's 3 pieces of content out in one way. So Instagram, and then
I'm just gonna do.
You post on Instagram, okay, 1 piece of content that you've edited on CapCut, okay, something that you need to learn yourself, unfortunately, okay, and you post on Instagram, and then you can post automatically from Instagram on Threads. Sorry, 1 second. So
I'm getting there.
Yeah, on Threads and Facebook. Boom, that's in 3 in one go. On TikTok, you go and post the same video, you write your own caption, you post it on TikTok. TikTok saves the video automatically. You grab that video, you then post it on YouTube Shorts with its own caption again. And then what you do, which most people miss, you grab the caption that you've written for all of these and you go to LinkedIn and you paste the caption on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is more text focused rather than video or pictures. You post the text with a picture and some hashtags, and you have now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 platforms. So you've multiplied your visibility by 6 by posting on all of these platforms. Your stupid fucking face, excuse me. But you can post your face on 6 platforms like that within 30 minutes. And then you keep doing it until people are sick of it. But this is visibility. This is how you get in front of your competition. Because like I said, you are going to be in competition with estate agencies that have been in business for a lot longer than you have. This is how you get people to see you. This is how you get people to know you. So that when you turn up at their door asking for the business, they can say, oh, I've seen your YouTube video or your TikTok video. It starts like that. And you got to do it consistently. The more you do it, the more chance you have of it going up. So that is social media personal brand. I don't want to go too much into depth because we do have another part. We've got a specific module that can give you an in-depth view at how to create an efficient personal brand.
Yeah, because I think if we actually went into social media now, we are going to be here for the next 2 hours going into it, because social media is so extensive.
So this is now your website. This is how you attract and generate business. Okay, this is where new clients, sellers, or potential buyers are going to see you. And most important, this is your social proof that whatever it is you're doing, it's working. This will attract, like I said, new clients, new sellers, buyers, and probably one of the most important, considering you're building a brokerage, it will attract agents. You will inspire other agents to want to work with you. Okay? So this is where we're going to go, and we can take a seat now. So now, I don't like talking about it, but we do need to go a bit into the boring part, because this is just as important, okay? We do need to meet legal requirements.
Yes.
So whilst I'm working in the background on this, Zara is doing the job that personally I couldn't have done, and fair play to you that you've done it, okay? So these are the registrations. We're talking registrations with the TPO, we're talking business registrations, HMRC, we're talking the legals, okay? You're gonna need contracts, okay? So Zara, if you wanna go in, I know this is your favorite subject, so I'm throwing it on you. And the only reason I'm throwing it on you is because if I get going into this, I'm probably not the best person to explain this, you know? I don't look legal, you know? So Zara looks more like, if you're going to trust someone with legals, it will be Zara.
Okay, so this checklist, this is kind of going to go through everything that you actually need in a lot more detail. And guys, to give you even more help on this, in the caption, if you go to the caption, I'm literally going to link these for you, okay? So you can go to the caption and you can go through the links step by step.
Now we've got the legal part, and we do have, may I say, if I say so myself, we do have one of the most efficient. Anyways, it's a fantastic legal team, and that can help you with anything, whether it's.
And I know you're joking about this, but like, I cannot, as a business owner, you cannot underestimate having a super strong team around you, because you can't do everything. You literally cannot do everything. So whatever you can't do, delegate. Like, I wish I could scream that, but like, you just delegate it, and then you can actually sit in what I enjoy doing, what I'm good at.
And another tip that I'm going to give them, now you're saying about that, I think when people surround themselves with a team, especially when it comes down to accountants or the legal team.
Okay, so I think a grounded way to put this is, when you are delegating, make sure that you work with people that have your best interest at heart, and not even your best interest, they know your vision. Okay, that's it. They just need to know your vision.
products. We need products to sell. Imagine this is a shop. Our doors are open to the public now. We need something to sell, you know? So where do we get the business? Where do you get the business? Considering we're speaking to people that have been in the business and have done this for a very long time, or we're speaking to someone that's completely new to this and they're like, fuck, I'm just going to open a real estate brokerage. I don't really care. You get business the same way I did.
Yeah, I mean the first thing
Multiple
that comes
ways.
the first thing that comes to mind is like, okay, cool, like you're no longer an agent, let's just say working for a big agency, you own a brokerage. Okay, you are now a business owner, so that's how you position yourself. Okay, when you go to the coffee shop or you meet a new friend or you catch up with somebody, okay, cool, I'm no longer an agent at blah blah blah. I am now, I don't know, running this brokerage. This is now what I'm doing. Okay, so you have to use every single conversation, every single opportunity to literally
Okay,
push
so
your...
just write this down now, okay? Whatever result, doesn't matter how big or small, you shout about it like it's monumental, okay? Make a pea look like a fucking watermelon, spot on, right? Talk about it, keep talking about it, milk it until you can't milk it no more, okay? You've sold the house, fantastic. Talk about it for a week, you know, because new people that are watching it or that are going to see this type of content, they're going to think, wow, like this guy's selling every day, you know, it doesn't matter. Now, we've got all of this. So what did we do, Zara? We went into our phone books, into all of our contacts, okay? And we're talking contacts that we've generated over 1 decade of working in real estate. That's number one, okay? We've door knocked. Okay, what else did we do?
Yeah, the icky door knocking.
The icky door knocking, which we didn't like, you
you
didn't
got-
like,
no,
you know,
you're
but
just
we
gonna put
went
yourself
separate
out
ways.
there.
She was out on Monday, I was out on Tuesday,
Yeah.
you know, and we made it work. I think our first listing was a £3 million home,
Yeah.
you know, in Hertfordshire, absolutely stunning. And we've done the marketing video for it. He had, what was the tune? Well, what's it called? Phil Collins, right, in the air tonight.
Yeah.
And it blew, you know, it blew, went viral. That was it. Crest was now bam on the map. Beautiful property, first in, but it was an amazing property. So we got into the industry with a bang. Okay. Now it's also very important, actually, something we missed is you need to establish exactly who your business is going to cater for. What type of properties do you want to work with? Okay, if you diversify your portfolio, that's absolutely fine. You can have lower value properties, you can have higher value properties. But if you're going to make a lot of noise on social media,
you need to
attractive properties, you know, it's I'm sorry, it's very, very straightforward.
Yeah,
I still,
you can work with attractive properties, or you can be the person who deals with, I don't know, like super rundown properties or whatever it is, whatever you're called to and attracted to, you literally close down on that and scream about that. So for us, it was high-end properties, it was incredible properties, and that's when our business did the best. Like, if we actually think about it, our business did the best when we knew the exact person that we were speaking to, the exact client that we wanted to work with, and that was the moment where we had the most business in our business.
no, absolutely.
That's
You know, I
true.
guess again, when it comes to to social media, my granddad said something to me. I remember when he said, "He's like, if you're not attractive, you got to be creative or at least funny." Okay, so I guess what I'm saying is, like, when you're going to create this content right at the start, if the property is not attractive, try and be creative. You know,
Like,
everything
you
can
know
go
that
viral.
agent that went viral. Okay, whatever way about it, she walked into a property and she sung the property to
But no, but she sung a
to-
number of times until it went viral,
and it went
I'm
bloody
like,
viral, and I'm like, if that's not how you do it,
so
don't
yeah,
know what
like I
is.
said, you got to be creative or at least funny. One of the three. Anyways, prospecting is going to be very important to your business, and I guess prospecting can be tied in with the social media content and your personal brand because it depicts your journey, which is very important. People like to see you struggle, you know, not many like to see you win. So I guess the journey from the start is very important for you to share. You know, many people are going to watch you. They want to see whether you're going to fail or succeed. You know, everyone's watching you for multiple different reasons. And prospecting builds a lot of character, but you can't avoid that. You have to do it yourself unless you've got a very rich network where people trust you for the work that you've previously done. You have to lead from the front, especially if you're going to build a team. You need to be an expert at prospecting. That means door knocking, that means cold calling, whatever it is that you're into, you have to be very good at that. Okay, so I highly recommend that you start doing it yourself before you get others to do it. I'd also recommend a KPI sheet. Again, we can give you a template for free. I'll just throw it in there. It's going to be in the captions. We'll have a link to it. So this is a tracking sheet that basically keeps track of your business.
I mean, it's simple. You need to
numbers.
know your business.
You need to
know
know
what's
your
going on in your business.
especially your numbers.
Even if you want to be here in Bali, living the life, having a life of freedom, you still need to know what's going on in your business. Okay, so that is super, super important.
Exactly that. Okay, so first of all, we'd like to apologize. It is a bit hot. It's 31 degrees outside, so if you
literally was
see a
like
bit
to
of sweat,
I was like, Alex, do I still look okay, like recording the video? He's like, yeah, you're fine. I woke upstairs, look in the mirror, massive dreadlock on the right side of my hair. I'm like, bloody men, mascara running. So don't mind the appearance for the last
thank
few
you
minutes.
for sharing.
Don't
Now,
worry.
also, guys, there might be certain things that we miss out, and if we remember them, we are going to bring them through at any point in the video. For example, one that just came now is like, you do need a business account. Okay, you do need to create a limited company.
Yeah.
But again, what we will do to make this as fucking easy as possible, right? This is real estate brokerage for dummies. We're going to create a checklist, okay? And we are going to add it. So that includes everything. Actually, yeah, we will. We'll leave it with us. We'll figure it. And that way, there's nothing that we miss, But for the purpose of this video, just know that maybe there are things that we skip, not on purpose, but just because, yeah. Anyways, so we're prospecting, okay? We now have business. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess, guys, like there's so many things that you can think of, okay? But this is what we did. If you want business cards, get business cards. I've never used them, not once in my real estate career have I used a business card, so don't use them. Now, we got the business, okay? One thing we didn't mention is once you have all your registrations complete, you then register with the marketing portals. We're talking whatever's in your country, because this is not just specific to the UK. Whatever portals are dominant in your country. In the UK, you got Rightmove, Zoopla, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, these can be quite costly, okay? And they all depend on the way your brokerage is set up. But again, we can talk about that in a bit more depth, okay? So there are other parts.
There's tips and tricks to it.
There's tips and tricks to this, But okay, so now you registered to the marketing portals where your products will have to go to. If you worked in the industry, you know exactly what I mean. If you haven't worked in the industry, it's where you advertise your stock, okay?
I think that leads quite nicely into marketing.
Yeah, 1 second. So obviously, in order to market a property, what do you need? You need portals, okay? So you need your marketing portals, advertising portals. So in this case, so you've got that. Yeah. But in order to send stuff there, you need a CRM system. Okay, so you got your portals, you got your CRM systems, emails, very important. Okay, all of these have to be registered with your domains, okay, and your registered business. Anything else that you need for that?
AML.
AMLs.
Don't underestimate your AML, let me tell you. Again, we're going to go into that in a bit more detail, but you need to get registered with HMRC if you're in the UK for AMLs, and you need a specific company to just deal with your AMLs, because it is your responsibility. Forget the brokerage, it's literally your responsibility. Whatever person is dealing with the transaction, they are responsible. I think like in the UK, it's something like a £5,000 fine if you don't do AML correctly. So AML.
So yeah, if you've done this, if you're experienced, you know that for every buyer and every seller, you need an AML.
Yeah, so
if you're new to this, for every buyer and every seller, you need to do an anti-money laundry check.
Yeah.
Okay, there are companies there that can make this very easy for you.
We'll link up below.
We'll go into that as well in a bit more detail in the other part. Now, what else do you need? CRM, advertising, ML, emails,
Contracts.
contracts. That comes into the legal bit. Obviously, that has to be signed. So you've got all of that. So everything that you need to. So you got a product, okay? So you've got your listing. You now have your listing. You've been door knocking. You've done cold calling. You now have your listing.
Yeah.
This for the listing, okay? In order for you to efficiently advertise a property and sell it, this is what you need, okay? Again, we're gonna have a checklist, but to make it very easy for you guys. Contract signed, okay, that's going to be part of the legals. An advertising portal so you can put the listing on. A CRM system for the details.
Yeah.
An email address, your personal email address.
AML.
Anti-money, again, I'm not the AML kind of guy. This is what
but I am.
Like,
I'm the AML officer in the company.
Make sure you got a Zara, okay?
And then marketing, literally then marketing. How are you going to showcase your property?
Marketing is the
Marketing
next
is
part. Another
king.
thing is, I think a lot of people will advise you otherwise, but a lot of people will shout about accountants. I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need a fucking accountant.
Yet.
You don't need an accountant yet. Again,
I think let's not go into too much detail here. It's one thing that I'm going to say. If your company has not made 100K yet or six figures,
you don't need a fucking accountant.
You don't need an accountant.
Again, focus on making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't worry about what the accountant. Just get the money first.
Yeah.
Then you can cover it
for the first year, and then worry about it.
Focus
in the
on that.
year.
Okay. Now. Anyways, I'm not gonna. Anyway, I'm gonna get audited it. So go from that. So now we've got that, and now you need marketing. You need to market this property. Okay, so this is very important because the standard high street agency holds you in a box, and if you open your brokerage, you now have the freedom, to market the property as you want, which is going to benefit your personal brand, which is going to benefit
your exposure,
your brand, your exposure, your
everything.
reach. So it's very important that you get creative. Okay, remember what I said. It's either an attractive property or you have to be creative or funny. Okay, so if you can't sing, make sure the property is attractive. One of the two. Okay, but you can do it with your phone, if you don't have funds. However, I recommend this is where you make your initial investment is in the marketing, right?
Yeah, I think marketing, let's just give them like a clear structure, okay? You need good quality photos, you need long form content, like some sort of walkthrough, and then you need short form content. That's it. Let's not overcook it. Checklist right here.
No, it's behind you. Your content and your content needs to be shared.
Yeah.
In that order.
Yeah, through that system, through that funnel. And what we're going to do is, if you're in the UK, we're going to link a few marketing companies.
Perfect.
Done.
Now look, again, if you are an experienced agent, you know what happens next. You get leads, you go and do viewings, you get offers, and then you accept an offer, and then you do sales progression. However, there is something that we do, okay, and I think is very important. How do you present offers, I'm not going to go too much into this. This is another part.
Yeah, I was gonna say no.
There's no point.
I was gonna say, okay, right now you have your brokerage.
You have your brokerage.
It is set up. It's running. It's done. Thanks.
But we're not just done, okay? Because you've got that. So you've missed the most important part. And I guess this is where I said you get excited and you can miss a lot of things. And I think the most important part that you can miss is your agent, okay? Because a brokerage is not brokerage if you're by yourself, because you might as well go and get a job again, because if you're going to be working by yourself in this brokerage, you're going to be in the office a lot longer than Monday to Saturday. You're going to be in there Monday to Monday.
Yeah.
So, agents, okay? Zara's going to have a different opinion, you know, because it's easier said than done. Zara's going to tell you that you need to focus on quality agents and so forth, which is the truth. In hindsight and with logic, yes, you need the best agents.
Yeah.
However, we live in a world right now where you've got ChatGPT, you've got AI, you know, everyone can write a great CV. People can fucking tell you everything you want to hear. And the one thing I've noticed, everyone crumbles at the door knock. That's where everyone crumbles. They'll get a no, they'll crumble. But this is where it gets very interesting because we don't want you to hire your agents, do we, Zara?
Not in a typical sense.
Yeah?
Okay, it's partnership.
It's a partnership.
Mhm.
So in a self-employed brokerage, the agents pay you. Exactly that. So you can minimize outgoings, monthly outgoings, by taking on agents which will pay a license fee to join your brokerage. For example, let's write it down. So we've got your brokerage. We're going to call this number one, okay? This is you. This is your brokerage. Now, sorry, I cut myself, guys. It's a bit annoying. What we want now is agents, okay? You want to attract agents to join your brokerage. Why? For more money, more flexibility, more freedom to build a team, you know, that you can create something together. But in order to build a team, you have to be a leader. You have to have a vision to lead these agents into battle, okay? So 2, 3, and 4. Now, every agent that joins the brokerage, okay, let's say, for example, your monthly outgoings are, I don't know, £200 or what? Let's say it's £1,000, okay? That's what your monthly outgoings are for the brokerage, as an example. So you got 2, 3, and 4. Number 2 pays £300 a month. Number 3 pays £300 a month. Number 4 pays £300 a month, okay? So that is £900, okay? These are license fees. These are license fees for these agents, okay, to join your brokerage so they can get your systems, your network, your CRM, your structure, okay? So these are not costs to these agents, they're actual investments because as you know yourself, now that you built your own brokerage, it costs a lot more than £300 to build a brokerage, okay? But this license fee also creates accountability for the agents, okay? Because they're now paying a monthly fee. They're now invested
the business.
Exactly that. So you don't have to be on their back every single day because no one in their right mind, you would think,
You would hope.
you would think and hope that no one in their right fucking mind, they will pay £300 a month and do fuck
nothing,
all.
yeah.
But funny enough, it happens, and it happens quite often. Okay? I've seen someone do it for a whole year and do absolutely nothing. So it does happen. I know some brokerages that have 100 agents and they pay £300 a month. I know some brokerages that have 10 agents, but every agent pays £1,000 a month. So you can do it as you please. The structure of it will be something like a pyramid, okay? And I know what you're thinking, oh, pyramid scheme. Everything's a pyramid scheme, in case you lived under a rock.
No, it could be a circle, okay? It could be a circle.
I was getting to that. I was getting to that.
It could be a pyramid. And also, I just want to jump in really quickly and say most people actually don't start their brokerage because they're so scared of the upfront costs. They're so scared of the monthly costs.
So
this is it.
This was the pyramid. However, you could do it in this way. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can include more agents, okay? So you need to look at number 2, 3, and 4 as your main agents. The ones that you can trust, the ones that can assist you, the ones that you build with, okay? Your generals, your commanders,
Your pillars.
your pillars, right? And then in here, you can create a bigger circle. Personally, I'm not a fan of the pyramid because a pyramid requires hierarchy. This is where shit goes wrong. In a circle, this is where trust happens.
And
this is where
every single person is invested. Every single person is doing their part, and that's how a circle moves.
to
That's how
work
it keeps
towards a
going.
common goal,
Yeah.
you know, like the spiral of life. Yeah? Anyways, the main aim with this was to now get agents into your brokerage and to charge them a license fee so you can use it to cover your monthly outgoings and in certain cases make a profit if that's what you want to do.
And
Again, not
also-
something I recommend.
But also exposure. It's like it comes back again to exposure. Like if you have, I don't know, even 2 or 3 absolutely animals on your team, boom, more exposure. Okay, you're getting your brand out there, you're getting your face out there, you're getting better properties on. So yes, it's all of this, but it's also visibility and exposure.
Because every single 1, 2, 3, and 4,
It's
and then you
gonna
got
have a
5,
personal
6,
brand.
7, 8,
Yeah.
9. Everyone here is gonna market your brand over and over and over and over and over and over again until, what was the brand name? Tom Dick is now recognized, not just in one area, but in multiple, which is also very important to understand whilst we're on this point.
Yep.
As an estate agent, you are used to working in a postcode. You're limited to the outline of a postcode.
Yep.
In your brokerage, that doesn't exist anymore. We are going to show you how to build a national or
And
international brokerage, just like we have,
Yeah.
okay? Because agent number 2 doesn't have to be in the same postcode as you. He can live in fucking Brighton, right? Agent number 3 can live in Leeds. Agent number 4 can live in Liverpool.
And exposure.
Okay.
Exposure.
Agent number
again.
5 can live
Yep.
in Marbella. Agent number 6 can be in Bali. Well, no, because you called the immigration in Bali. You're not allowed in Bali.
Not Bali.
But do you understand the concept? The point is that you can keep going and going and going and going globally, and you can create a centralized network for your own brokerage where information can travel around and you can grow a much
And it
wider
just
audience.
grows and grows
and it
and
just
grows
keeps
and
growing.
grows. And because it's the circle system, it's benefiting everybody. Okay, when you bring on a property in London and then A, B, C, D share the property all over the world, nationally, internationally, it's more exposure for the person, but it's social proof for the other people.
Not just
Okay,
that.
so it's that mutual.
Not just that, but it also shows your potential clients, okay, sellers, how large your network is. Because let me tell you something, when it comes down to estate agencies are franchises. You'll be able to tell us this. Your office, right? And this is to anyone who talks shit to the client, because I know you do. Your office in Knightsbridge does not cooperate with your office in Battersea, does it, Zara? Because if you took a listing, let's say a client comes to you and you work for a corporate agency in London, right? And a client comes to you from Battersea and asks you, Zara, that works in Knightsbridge, to take the listing on and sell it for them in Battersea, even though you work in Knightsbridge. Do you know what your agency will do? They will tell you to pass it to the office in Battersea.
But it's okay, don't worry, you'll get a referral fee of £50.
So the point is that I'm making, forget your referral fee, the point that I'm making is franchises, they don't cooperate together. So you know your big name agencies? Oh, well, they got offices everywhere. Means fuck all. They do not talk to each other. They're actually in competition with each other for who can get the biggest market share or make the most sales. Anyways, without going too much into that,
without defaming them all.
do you all understand how this works? Where would you get agents? How would you recruit them? Zara, this is a very good question. Let's sit down for this one. Now I know I know that sounds attractive. It sounds very good because it is very good, okay? So let's talk about where Where do you get agents? Okay, how do you get agents, in matter of fact?
Okay, well, first of all, there's so many different ways, but if you've been working in agency, word of mouth, maybe, you know, old colleagues, maybe, I don't know if I can
Yeah.
say that, but like, I think, you know, actually, it was our first ever client said this to us. Okay, if you want to become a millionaire, have one person that you can trust beside you. Okay, if you want to become a billionaire, have two people you can trust beside you. So if you're starting a brand from scratch, maybe you've worked with somebody in the past that you know is incredible at this job. Bring them on board first and build from there.
Start close,
Mhm.
you know. Another one is run interviews, you know, make it very open and clear what you're recruiting for, you know. Make adverts on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
on Indeed, you know,
On
and
social media, because you now
social
have a
media.
presence.
Most important one, I think this is where one of our top agents has come from, and he contacted me 4 times. And this was due to my personal brand, due to our social media. 4 times he contacted me on Instagram until I gave him the chance. He's now one of the top performers. He makes £40,000 a month. You know, that's only one agent in a brokerage with multiple agents. This is actually also very important. We'll go into this one next, actually, because this is going to be the last
structure. Yeah,
but
that's
going to be the
Okay,
last
okay,
part, which is
okay.
actually the most important part,
Yeah.
because it's about money. So before we go into that, let's cover the agents first. Okay, and agents in your brokerage.
Mhm.
Okay, we've established how these guys are going to take accountability by obviously paying a license fee in most cases, anyways.
Mhm.
Where you're going to find them, your personal brand is going to be extremely important into achieving this. You need to attract people to you. The best agents you're going to have are the ones that are attracted to you, that come to you and you're not chasing. Okay, so it's going to require a bit of work. I'll say the first year, and as you probably know yourself, is it 90% of businesses fail within the first year?
70, something like that.
No, it's higher.
Is it?
It's 90. Then a further 70% fell within the
Years,
second
yeah.
or third year. So I think these are the statistics anyway.
Who knows?
I like making numbers up sometimes. I just go with it. But like, I'm so convincing. This is what I'm good at. I'm convincing. I'll make you believe that. I'll probably right anyways. But moving away from that, is there anything else you want to add about agents? The truth is, actually, I'm going to leave you with this. You're probably going to have 20 agents and only 2 of them are going to be great.
Okay, I don't know how we've missed this, guys, but it's not just the monthly fees. When somebody becomes in a partner with a brokerage, it's a 50-50 split or a 40-60 split. Like, this is how you get paid. Okay, you literally get paid to have the structure of the brokerage. That's it. Maybe training, maybe, you know, mentoring, whatever it is within that brokerage. But the money actually is paid to you. It's from the deals that the agents do.
So let me.
Don't know how we missed that.
But this is why we saved the best for last. Is this is money. This is how you get paid.
This is
okay.
passive income.
So this is where it gets very interesting very quickly. Okay, if you weren't keen on everything up until this point. So what you choose to split with your agents is entirely up to you. What we would advise you to do is start on a 50-50, okay, and have a target.
Yeah, like I don't know, rolling average
Okay,
or
a rolling
target
average,
or
a
whatever
rolling
way.
average incentive,
Yeah.
okay, where if the agents hits X amount in sales in the first, hits an X amount of sales in first quarter,
You know
second
what?
quarter,
We're
it
gonna
goes up.
we're gonna pop up an example of
An
this,
example,
okay?
yeah.
Because
But
I
what
remember
I'm
it
saying
took us
is,
ages to get our head around when we first
Yeah.
did it. So
but pop this here,
yeah.
okay? But what we're getting at is that you can offer an incentive to grow the share or the cut in commission, considering the hitting targets. You know, this should be an incentive. Again, incentives for the team are also going to be very important. Contracts, as part of the legals between you and your agents, are also very important. It's also very important to note that you are not hiring These guys are not employed, they're self-employed. They'll be working under you with a limited company. So your company structure, which again, we can give you some examples, are very important. And this is why it's so important to make sure that you've got
Have
the
a
right
good
team.
legal team, yeah.
The legal team and the accountancy team, again, which we're going to go into a bit more depth. Most important part, where is your money coming from? Okay, so let's draw it. So, where does your money come from in your
This
brokerage?
is the best bit.
Money. Where is your money coming from? Well, number one, from your own sales, which, by the way, this is amazing, you keep 100% of. Okay? Minus the taxes and everything, but you get what I'm saying. So you're not getting 5% of 1%. Okay? You're getting 100%
of your fee.
of whatever your fee is. Okay?
Yeah.
With fees, again, it's up to you. We're going to go in a bit more depth. I don't need to feed you like a little baby, okay? Like spoon feed you. You decide what you want your fee to be and what you think your fee's worth. You decide what you're worth, okay? But from your own sales, okay? Sales, okay, and you keep 100% of that, okay? So £1 million home, let's say for the sake of it, 2.5%, that's 25 grand in your pocket, okay? Where else is money coming from, Zara?
50-50 from your agents.
Yeah,
Let's just say times 10 agents.
50-50 from your agents, okay? Let's say you've got three good agents,
okay? 10.
Let's say you got 10 good agents. I was thinking about the maths because it becomes easier.
No, 10 is easy. That's 250k.
Yeah, so 10 agents sell £10 million worth of property a month. You make. So it's 10 million, 2.5%. So is that 250k? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 250k. Okay. Obviously 50-50, that's 125k to you. Okay. By doing nothing.
See where we're going with this?
Okay. Where else is this money coming from?
License fees.
License fees. Absolutely. License fees.
And there's another one.
Yes, there is.
Referrals.
Referrals. Absolutely. Referrals from solicitors, from anything that you can think of. You can literally charge a referral fee to anyone that you recommend the client to. You can be a mortgage broker, a surveyor, a fucking photographer, whatever it is you want to charge money for, you can charge money for. Where else is money coming from, Zara?
Okay, something that I want to kind of go into about this, okay, was what I first said when I started this when we started this entire video, okay? When you are working as an agent, before you have a brokerage, you are limited by your own time. You are literally limited. One person can only do so much. Okay, this literally, it opens like absolutely everything.
So where else is money coming from, Zara?
Got that.
I'll tell you where it comes from. For quite some time now, myself and Zara, we've been earning in other ways, okay? So every client you meet, okay, you are now the director of a brokerage. Every client you meet, especially when we work with high value homes, most clients that we work with are wealthy clients, millionaires, you know, in aspect. And you'll be surprised to know that every person you meet has got a requirement. Okay, maybe they want to sell something, maybe they're looking for something, maybe they're looking for someone and they need to be in contact with someone. Now, the fucking beauty of it is that you're now not restricted by your corporate agency, which means that you can act as the middleman for whatever it is that your client is looking for. Maybe you got someone in your network that can help them. Again, you can charge a referral fee. Maybe they've got a fucking BMW or Ferrari that they want to sell. And guess what? You know another client that you've sold the property for, they also fucking want to buy a Ferrari. So what you can do now, you can actually be the middleman for that transaction and you can fucking charge a fee. How amazing is that?
Sounds good to me.
Anywhere else that money can come from?
Mentoring.
fucking forgot about that one.
Mentoring, yeah.
So middleman, coaching.
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 What
What else?
Digital products in regards to your niche.
Of course.
Of course, the list goes on. The list
I
goes
guess
on.
the aim of this video, guys, is to show you
What's possible. That's it.
how to get away from the estate agent mindset and step into the business mindset where money can come from everywhere whilst doing something you love and that you're good at. But you don't have to limit yourself to just the commission of yourself. So, is there...
So there you have it.
Hold on. Let's go over everything. Is there anything that we've missed? Is there anything that's important that we've missed? Is there anything that we did? Okay, so Zara, so is there anything that you think is very important that we forgot to mention?
I don't think it's that we forgot to mention, but like just literally to go over it again, just start messy, just start. And also there is no such thing as rejection, it's just redirection. That's it. 2 things. Remember them. Remember them.
That's deep. Did you just think of that? Fuck me. Oh, that's deep.
Honestly.
Oh, God.
It's so funny because before we started doing this video, Alex was like, okay, just don't go deep, please. Don't go into too much. Don't talk about mindset. Don't talk about this. But like, I am going to talk about it for a second because like...
I thought it's fucking over. Oh, go on then. Go on, give us some knowledge.
What is gonna make you succeed and set you apart? I don't care. It's your mindset. It's literally your self-belief. It's your self-concept, okay? So when you're starting this, it comes back to you decide and you do it. No matter what bumps come up in the road, cool, yeah, whatever, that's a great experience. And you just keep going. Like, that's it. You're running a business.
Do you know
You're
what?
an entrepreneur.
It's funny because the guys, one member of the crew here that's recording, he asked me, he's like, why are you giving everything for free? You can make a course. And I'm like, do you know why we're giving everything for free? It's because you can tell someone where the fucking gold is. You can even give them all the tools to go, but they won't go digging for it. They won't go digging for it. It's like, you know, when you scroll on Instagram and you see all these recipes and you got like this amazing recipe, like, wow, that looks amazing. You like it, but you're never going to fucking cook it. This is why we're giving it for free. Because we know that maybe 1 or 2 people are going to take action on this or probably message us, but the potential of the reach this video has is priceless. If you don't know already, my name is Alex Moisey.
My name's Zara Hilton. We haven't done that in a while.
Thank you very much.
Why did you just walk away?
Huh? It's a fucking dramatic exit.
What?
Yeah? Dramatic exits? You don't know about dramatic exits? So, before we let you go, if you are serious about starting your own brokerage, you can give this a go, or you can take advantage of our step-by-step guide on how to do this. You'll get access to
It's not even
all
a
the
guide,
systems.
it's a course. Don't underestimate it like
I know,
that.
but I didn't want to call it a course because I don't want to be that
guide
guy.
is just like a workbook or a fucking guide. It's not a guide.
Yeah.
We literally
Alright,
give
to
you
our
the structure
online
system.
course. All right. So you're gonna make millions and be free. But yeah, to online course, and this will be step-by-step guide on how to do this yourself. You'll have access to the teams. You'll have access to
literally the tools, every single thing that we used.
Should we give them access to us?
Well, let's take this a step further. If you see yourself working with us directly, okay, you want to open a brokerage alongside us, application.
And
application
maybe,
process.
just maybe, if you're successful, you could build this exact model for a fraction of the required investment.
This is sounding good.
Now let's make a dramatic exit.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you
do
very
first
much.
this time.
Right, that's it.
Cool.
Perfect. Well done. Great job.